Alright, hello everybody. So I've got something interesting to read for you guys today. As I mentioned in a previous episode, I had this wax build up in my ear, like more last week than anything else. So on the recommendation of someone, I bought some ear candles. And I have now realised what a ridiculous purchase these were. I'm going to read you a little bit of information from the back, how scientific and accurate and healthy these things are for you. How to use ear candles. Create a peaceful environment with gentle lighting, subtle music or sounds. Prepare a candle by inserting through the safety disc, a lighter, a glass of water, and massage oil. This is just so ridiculous. So I had this thing stuck in my ear for ages. Did absolutely nothing. It's this stupid new age crap. Okay, anyway, hello everybody. Welcome to another video. Today we're in the Teams of Rights. Don't know how long we're going to be recording for today, honestly. Before we even do the second floor stuff, though, let's have a talk about what's going on the floor below. Between episodes, I did dump a bunch of stuff off in the vault. So we got a box of food here with Jonker, a slightly diminished, his skull's here, a bunch of torches built up, some useful potions for him. Loto Pafo's got a whole ton of weapons he's holding at the moment. The rope, the bombs, and the only notes I've kept are the island map, this weird map we got early on in the pyramid, which we haven't used just yet. This message about the mirror gauntlets that were a tribute for someone, but we don't know who or where. And lastly, this measuring cord message here, which I'll get back to in a second. Tikrit down here has got his alchemy stuff. I've given him a sack now, and all of his alchemy recipes are in the sack, so he's looking a lot cleaner. And Sanon has just got these. Eventually can have a sack of his own, I suppose. And he leveled up while I was getting a little bit of food between episodes. We just killed one crab, and he leveled pretty much instantly. So we're going to put this point into air magic, and we're going to start going down here, which seems a little bit overdue, honestly. It's weird that we've got one in every element. I grant you that, but I think it's okay. Now, Air Magic 1 allows us to cast the default air spell, which is Shock, which is this top right rune here. There you go. And so we've learned this new spell. If we go over to traits now, you'll see all of his spells. Shock right down here. Conjures a blast of electricity that deals shock damage to all foes directly in front of you. It's kind of weak, so we won't use it that much. But there you go. That's the first spell. We could have been using that pretty early on in the game. Let's get our torch lit and head back into the pyramid here. Because there is this note from Loto Pafo. Now, last episode, we had the debacle. Okay, first of all, there's this beetle here. Boiled crag beetle. You might remember these from the first game. Little bit of food. Pretty cool. Now, it's a shame, really, that I had to re-record the commentary yesterday, because in the original commentary, I look at this message, and I muse openly to you guys, maybe we got it in this room here, and maybe it's referring to the secret underneath. I did openly say this. So but when I re-recorded the commentary, I was in the middle of talking about some other random thing, and I wasn't sure enough on my speculation to decide to add it back in, so we kind of left it. But the theory would go, okay, that this guy, Thalpi the Surveyor, says, is my measuring cord cursed? I go back and forth between this room and the one above, but I can't get my measurements to match. So basically what he's saying is this room above is bigger than the room below, and it's quite subtle, but if you think about it, okay, we're stood here and we want to climb down this trapdoor. Well, if you notice, the wall's here now, so it is actually smaller down here. And this is something that I considered last episode, but never acted on. Every time you re-enter this room, because you got to do it all in one, the gates will close there, so we don't have to open these just yet. So what happens if we go down one of the furthest away trapdoors? What happens here? Well, we end up in this narrow passageway, and see how this looks here? Very cool. So, where do you guys think that this might take us out? Well, one theory would be the room on the other side of that gate, right? I've never actually been here before, ever. I guess this lever just gives us access back in. Yeah, there you go. So now this is the main room underneath. Oh my god, and there's skeletons. Oh my god, and someone's behind us. That sounded like a ratling. Was that a ratling? Here, we'll fight in the dark for a second. I'll sort this out in a moment. But we got this huge weapon on Jonker now. Absolutely insane. So deadly. It does tons of damage. It has a great special ability on it. Long cooldown, of course, but otherwise we're okay. What was it? Oh my god. Wow. Okay, and we've got a new enemy here. I guess this wasn't the ceremonious sort of introduction to this enemy that I was expecting. Where is it? In the dark. There it is. And these are, I think they look like jinn, like genies or something to me. But they're kind of very Medusa-ish. They've got snakes for hair, and they have a special ability that will petrify your teammates. I am being a bit of a moron right now, I grant you guys that, but we should be okay. They're very dangerous, and you'll notice while you're fighting them, every now and then, they suddenly stop, and their eyes light up, and they scream at you. If they are able to look at you while they are screaming, they will petrify. There's a good chance it can miss. Can you see there's the ability there? There's a chance it will petrify a member of your party. Wow, how did Jonker die? That's ridiculous. See, Jonker is so squishy, it's worrying as hell. So, basically, these guys are incredibly dangerous. Damn it. There you go. I walked into the path there, and Lotopatho was petrified. We managed to kill him. Oh, my God. Wow. I had no idea you could find those guys so early. I thought they only appeared later on in the pyramid, but I guess as a part of the secret, they will appear down here. That is scary, scary stuff. So, you can imagine the trap that they'd laid for us there. These guys were going to come out of this recess, possibly block us into this corridor, and then we were going to get owned by that Medusa at the same time. Scary stuff. I'm pretty sure they aren't technically called Medusa. I'll look up the lore. We haven't done any little lore segments for a while, but I absolutely endeavoured to do that. And Lotopatho's petrified. Now, while you're petrified, you won't be cured of this. I think, actually, I haven't tested this out. But what about the antidote? What if we try and make him drink an antidote? Yeah, okay, so antidotes will cure petrification. This was something that, there was an old mechanical disease in the previous game. Paralysis was in the previous game. Well, this is what antidotes can cure. So you can cure the petrification using those potions, and we'll endeavour to start doing that. Here we've got a crystal of healing as well, another shard. I think we were giving these to Sanon, weren't we? So this heals all wounds and raises dead champions back to life. Do I want to waste that here? Probably not. Only because I know of some of the crazy dangerous stuff coming up in the game now, so we'll leave that there. And yeah, so these are a new enemy we're going to be facing. We also have this chest, which I'm pretty excited to open. 1 lockpick, we've got 5. I mean, geez. Oh, and what is this? We've got a Spirit Walker pendant. Energy plus 50, Dex plus 2. Wow. Do I really want to give that to Sanon, though? I think I value the willpower a bit higher, because that makes him do more damage. However, the Dex plus 2 is pretty good for Lotopatho, because that's going to boost his damage with the Moonblade, right? So if we equip that, you'll see it goes up to 62. I think that's fine. And then the willpower necklace can go over onto Tikrit. I mean, Tikrit would get the boost as well, but he benefits less from the evasion, so I'm pretty happy with this. And then we'll re-equip his bow like that. That's pretty cool. Okay, cool. So that was a secret, and this was the ultimate uncovering of it, which I'm kind of happy with. I do like a little bit where we miss one, where I don't know absolutely everything, and we get these little, you know, moments where I do uncover stuff just while playing. And there you go. I'm pretty sure that in addition to the other secrets, remember last episode we pressed a secret button on one of these walls, and I was like, what did that do? It opened this right here, which I wanted past a second later, and I got on my test file. This thing is the Mirror Tangle Must. This is headgear for the mirror set. The multiple layers of cloth and leather protect its wearer from extreme cold and heat. Protection plus 8, resist all plus 5. Let's put that onto Loto. Maybe Jonker? Yeah, let's put that on Jonker, because then that's good. Then he's not going to get this massive evasion penalty. Very soon he'll be 3 on armor, and we should be fine. In fact, should we level him up now? He's pretty much instantly, he's pretty much at the next level. So we'll feed him this beetle, because it's not very high nutritional value. Actually, he's not eating the beetle at all. What is up with that? Because he's dead. Wow, I'm an idiot. Okay, so we've got that. And what we'll do now is we'll go to the save crystal on the first floor. I'll cut it, I'll regen everyone, and then I'll see you guys at the entrance to the next floor. Oh, he ate the beetle, but it didn't quite level him up. Here you go, have some turtle steak. Delicious. So yeah, now that Jonker is doing a little bit better, he's going to start going into armor. Armor level 2. This will remove he'll make him proficient in light armor and remove his penalties. So his penalties currently drop his evasion to minus 18. When we put this point in here, he now actually is in positive evasion, and he has 31 protection. So suddenly he got a lot more tanky, which is good. I mean, a little bit more tanky, I suppose, really, since the evasion's not that high. Maybe we could readjust some of his gear at some point and really help him out. But hopefully he won't be getting owned by genies, or Jinn, or Medusa. I don't really know what term I'm going to settle on just yet for those as we progress higher up the pyramid. Alright, so, and you might think that the secret stuff is over for now, but it's totally not. Let's keep climbing. Immediately in the next floor, we'll be greeted with another cool secret. And a fairly interesting puzzle, I'd say. So here we go. We're on the next floor. We're in the Tomb of Rites. Now, as we walk around in here, I guess we'll just get a lay of the land. So first of all, we get a left and a right immediately, okay? Now, the general structure is very similar to the previous floor, where we just sort of got a long corridor, right? No more golden cobra statues, but we got a long corridor. And here on the left, we've got nothing. It's just a brick wall. And here on the right, we've got nothing. It's just a brick wall. But here we've got some kind of tomb we can go in. Before we had the Tomb of the Highborn and the Tomb of the Nobody or whatever. Well, here we've got the Tomb of Sacrifice we can go into, and over here we've got the Tomb of Offerings. And lastly, all the way on the far side, remember if you think about the previous floor, it was all the way on the other side of the corridor that we had the way up to the next floor, and that's true here as well, except the layout's very different. We no longer have a big puzzle we're going through, we have a very different structured kind of room. And for what it's worth, one of the most dangerous places I've encountered in all of Grimrock 2 so far is down these pits. If you go down them under the right circumstances, it's hell, so we'll be careful of that. Anyway, here, check it out. We got another lockpick to replace the one we just spent, and another lizard on a stick, which is very good. We'll put that in the box later, I guess, if we start having inventory issues. And generally, this whole little bit here on the far side, I'm not going to worry about yet, because that's going to help us get to the next floor. You will notice as well, of course, and I was so shocked when I saw this on my test file, there's a power gem over there. I mean, our ultimate quest here is collecting these things, but you get so distracted, right? Like, oh, we're just exploring a pyramid. Where does this lead? What's the whole point in it? And then you realize, oh yeah, there's a gem there. So that's the first one that we're going to find. In fact, the only one I believe I found in the entire pyramid. First one we've seen in a little while since we were exploring the bog. So what else have we got? Well, in this room we've got some bread. I think that's the only pickup in here. And it wouldn't seem like there's too much else to do. But can you see these light shafts? Well, these are actually a bit of a puzzle. As you're walking around in here, you might notice every now and then you hear a click sound. And when you hear that click, the light actually goes out. Interesting. So what happens if we walk into this light? Well, there was no click sound, but you notice the light behind us now just went back on. So we can try it again. And there you go. You see it happening before your very eyes. So there's a puzzle here, and it is to turn off all the lights. Now, really, it's just a trial and error little puzzle. So we want to stand on that first one I showed you. Now this one over here. And then we want to go and stand on this final light. Bear in mind that if you accidentally walk in one while it's already off, it will re-trigger and then mess up the puzzle. But here we'll drop this torch, I guess, for now, and equip a new one. And turn out this final light. And by doing this, we release a bunch of mobs into the room. Those two extra passageways, so we've got the tomb on the left, the tomb on the right. These extra ones will now release some more enemies for us. Fortunately, nothing that dangerous. We've got some cobra here, of course. King cobras, what people were saying. And look at that, he just got destroyed. We weren't even using our new thing. Jonker was poisoned, of course, but I'm okay with that. Here, we'll swap things around. There we go. So we're going to use our two-handed thing and a friggin' torch there. That's pretty good. Look at how quickly we can just smash through the mummies here. I'm not even using special abilities on Loto Patho here. And down they go. And this is a group of 4. These things tend to take a while. Can you remember a while ago when we were in the Twig Root Dungeon Forest? And we had the Shrine of the Glutton and it was full of mummies? And how long it took us to get through them? Look at this. Just destroying them. Man, I love this stuff. There, we'll drink some anti-venom. That's pretty good. And there you go. So we've released these enemies. What did it do? Well, these two side rooms that initially seemed to just be blocked off, well, now we have access to them. And they're not like massive parts of the dungeon, so don't worry too much. Oh my god, wow, hello. Where did you come from? I'm actually going to put Tikrit on front there, because that kind of scares me. I think a little bit that I want Jonker to have more accuracy, since he does seem to be missing a little bit too much. When you invest so much time into one of these huge hits on this axe, it really feels very painful when he misses. Damn it, I missed that pretty badly. So I think maybe we'll invest a bit more in accuracy after he's gonna... Well, or should we leave his armor there for now? I mean, he's got light armor proficiency. I do ultimately want him to be all tanky and have this beautiful heavy armor, but I'm just not sure right now. Anyway, so hopefully we won't get distracted anymore. We find a tomb here. Ah, is this where we want the mirror gauntlets? Oh my god, that was an accident. Well, apparently no. Apparently this didn't do anything. No reason to put anything on that tomb. But in the room, we will find behind these pots is a scroll. So we'll give this to Loto Patho. And it reads XX West X4 XX Cemetery Entrance. Well, that doesn't seem to make very much sense at all to us, but maybe this is a clue somehow on how we can get into the cemetery, right? Because of that weird code puzzle with the block. Well, we'll decide how that really helps a little bit further as we progress deeper into the pyramid. I know we're a little bit low on health, but again, in this other side chamber where even more mobs came out, we've got a chest, and in here we get the sickle sword. Alright, so Loto Patho is really going to start going crazy now. Here is another light weapon, so he can totally dual wield this with the Moonblade. This thing does 15 to 46 damage, plus strength, accuracy plus 5. This nasty looking curved blade seems like the perfect tool for disemboweling your enemies. We don't need the Backbiter anymore. Cool weapon that we had right at the start. Let's equip that. Look at the damage range. 38 was max before, 68 is max now. This is some heavy, heavy stuff, and it doesn't matter that it scales off of strength at this point. This is just such a good weapon. The base damage on it means more than, you know, the stat that it scales with. Really, really fantastic. What a cool secret. You get it right at the start of the floor. It took me a while to actually pick this one up on my test files. So I did most of this floor without the benefit of the scimitar, and now I can be happy that I get it. Here, again, we get another one of these pictures showing the same kind of thing, the Zaffi worshipping the man in black. Oh, I love that I can say the man in black. It's like Lost all over again. Oh, so good. Okay, so that's pretty much all the secrets for now. Back to back to back to back to back. We do have a decision to make. I'll let you guys, because I anticipate this will be uploaded before I record the next episode, I'll let you guys decide. Where do you want to go? The Tomb of Sacrifice? Or do you want to go to the Tomb of Offerings? It's up to you guys. Once again, it's like one wing or the other. I know how to complete both of these. Amazing loot, regardless of the decision that we choose here. It's up to you guys. Which one do you think sounds a bit better? Let me know in the comments. Until then, I guess I'll see you tomorrow. For now, I'm going to sleep because it's been a very, very, very long day.